the harvest.
Welcome, Africa. This is Imane Nouad with the latest news from across the continent and the world. Algerian Minister of Foreign Affairs Ahmed Attaf receives United States Presidential Advisor for Africa, Massad Boulos, during an official visit to Algiers today. The two held bilateral talks, followed by extended discussions with both delegations. The meeting highlights progress in the strategic dialogue between Algeria and the United States, particularly in defense, energy, agriculture, and higher education. Both sides also discussed African regional issues, including Libya, Western Sahara, and the Sahel, and also the Great Lakes region. Algeria summons France's chargé d'affaires in Algiers over ongoing obstacles faced by its embassy in Paris in handling diplomatic poaches. Algeria sees this as a breach of international diplomatic obligations. A former French foreign intelligence agent is jailed in Strasbourg. The 58-year-old is accused of ordering child rapes in Africa and faces charges including aggravated human trafficking and child pornography. The Sahrawi Environmental Group condemns misleading labeling of agricultural products from occupied Western Sahara as Moroccan in European markets. They call this a breach of EU law and international rulings. President Faustin Archange Touadéry of the Central African Republic announces his bid for a third term in December elections. A constitutional amendment in 2023 removed presidential term limits. Cameroon's elections board approves 13 candidates out of 83 for October 12th presidential vote. Incumbent Paul Biya will face opposition leader Joshua Osei and others. Only one woman, Hermione Ndiminjoya, made the list, whereas Maurice Kamto's candidacy was rejected. At least 28 people have been killed in a terrorist attack on a church in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Several nearby homes and shops were also set ablaze, according to media sources. The Somali army repelled an armed attack near the central regions of Hiran and Galgaduun, according to state media. The area remains a hotspot for insurgent activities. Around 2,000 protesters rallied in Luanda against soaring fuel and transport prices, although the march was repeatedly blocked by police before being dispersed. No major incidents were reported so far. Addis Ababa is hosting the UN Food System Summit today, focusing on building resilient food system to eradicate hunger in Africa. The IMF approves a 4-year $625 million loan for Chad under its extended credit facility. The program aims to stabilize the economy and support Chad's Vision 2030 development plan. Zambia will receive $184 million after the IMF completed its fifth economic review. The funds are part of a border support program to boost Zambia's financial stability. In health news, Doctors Without Borders warn of an alarming malnutrition crisis in northern Nigeria, where over 600 children have died in 6 months. Severe acute malnutrition cases surged 208% compared to last year. In other news, the first African School Games officially opens in Algeria last night under the patronage of President Abdelmadjid Tebboune. Over 1,700 athletes from 47 nations will compete until August 5th in 4 cities across the country. Concluding with the sport news as well, as the Super Falcons of Nigeria claimed their 10th Women's Africa Cup of Nations title, defeating Morocco 3-2 in a dramatic final. They came from 2-0 down to seal victory, following a stunning semi-final win over defending champions South Africa. And that, my dear, sums up today's Harvest. Thank you for your attentive listening. Don't go too far and join later Zine Sharfawi at 6:45 p.m. on the French main news. Keep enjoying today's programs with Ifriqiya FM, the voice.